Hey, hello everyone. Welcome to the BoredRoom. I'm George, and today's video is something that hits home to me, and that's the Nashville bombing that happened on Christmas. This was a very scary moment for me, because a lot of questions were in the air that day, and it screwed me up pretty hard because I did not have cable and internet. I know first world problems, but still, that sucked ass, and this affected me in a big way. And it still leaves me baffled to why this guy did it because the news reports are still making it very unclear to why Anthony Warner, the Nashville bomber, did a suicide bombing. Now, I've heard from local news that Anthony Warner was a very conspiratorial guy. He was very heavy in his conspiracy theories, and he sent packages to friends or people that he just know before he did the bombing, and wrote a letter and has a flash drive that explains all these big conspiracies that he's into, like lizard people, aliens, and it's also believed that he thinks that the 5G is the reason why we have COVID, which brings into a conspiracy that I have in mind, which is why he tried to blow up a AT&T server building so he can stop the spread of COVID. Then I heard this other conspiracy from my father, which I also did further research from this from the Daily Mail, is that Warner's father worked for a company called Bell South, which is in partnership of AT&T, and he believes that's the reason why his father grew dementia and died, because all the technology was perhaps had some effect with his father's brain. So this was a revenge tactic, which I found this very similar to the plot of Mr. Robot, which the protagonist is revenging his father against an evil corporation that gave him cancer. Another conspiracy, which I got from my brother, is that Anthony Quinn or Anthony Quinn Warner was a Republican, and he's blowing up the AT&T server building because there's a company called Dominion which creates voting booths, and they were in partnership with AT&T with these voting booths, and his people believed that they were storing their information at the AT&T server building in Nashville. So Warner blew it up to help Trump out. But the Daily Mail and I believe AP News, they dismissed that theory because they didn't have anything in Nashville. Dominion didn't have any voting counts in Nashville, so that theory is out the window. So now we get into my personal theories. My big one is that, of course, I feel like this is kind of just a broad, easy one that a lot of conspiratorial people do. And that's that the powers that be, the 1%, the big corporations and big government are the ones that did this explosion. Maybe Anthony Warner wasn't even there at all, or they hired him to do this in order to instill fear into civilians so they can enable some bill down the line for a heavier surveillance, perhaps maybe just in Nashville or nationwide. Another conspiracy that I have is that, now this one, all of these are pretty far-fetched. I say that myself, so take these a grain of salt. These are just ideas I have in my mind. But the conspiracy that I have is that perhaps Disney or these directors that have been mad at Warner Brothers are the ones that did this. I'll go to the ones that I want to say the director theory first. So there's been these directors. I made a whole video about this. You can check that out. About Warner Brothers pissing off some directors that they've been working with by releasing movies straight to HBO Max. And the first movie to be part of this program of movies released from Warner Brothers is Wonder Woman, which came out on Christmas. So I am starting to believe that maybe this was a plan from Patty Jenkins, or like I said, any of the pissed off directors, Christopher Nolan, James Gunn, to blow up the AT&T server building so people all of Middle Tennessee that have AT&T service can't see the movie, which brings down the movie's ratings, making it a flop or something. And that could be applied to Disney. Disney is just being mad at Warner Brothers for doing this move because they see this as a smart move, perhaps, Disney. So as a revenge thing to bring down Warner Brothers ratings and HBO Max subscriptions, they cause a huge disruption in Middle Tennessee to bring down ratings. See, as I'm saying this, it sounds pretty stupid because why would it just do it to Middle Tennessee? I don't think that would really affect much in Warner Brothers ratings. But again, I don't know. This is just a theory. Put your tinfoil hat on and follow along the rabbit hole with me. It's not, the FBI investigation hasn't really spit much to why this guy did this. Right now, it's been kind of dropped and it's kept vague and swept under the rug. And the reason I also bring up why the powers that be are doing this, because the guy didn't kill anyone. He injured a few people, but nothing too critical. And he was making this loud announcement and shot some gunshots to scare people off away. And he had a voice recording with a big stereo system telling people to leave. So why would he do this? I feel like if he wants to create an explosion, you do that to kill people. But since he didn't do that, it's clear. I feel like now it's clear that you see that he was just trying to attack the AT&T server building. But then you hear that the Trump votes aren't being held there. So why is he doing this? Probably in line with the 5G theory. Is that he thinks that COVID is being created from 5G. Or the powers that be theory that I just had, which is they hired him or fabricated this thing to have some mentally ill guy, cause disruption, creating fear into people, thinking that everyone's crazy and untrustworthy. Everyone has a mentally ill issue, and that you have to be on the lookout, and that we need the government to help look us out for us. Who knows? That's just my theory. Let me know if you agree with any of those theories or you have your own theory. Have you been affected by this bombing? Let me know down in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe for more videos in the future. And if you like this video, please consider tipping by looking into the description for my Venmo, Cash App, PayPal. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.